Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday, the 16th of January 2025. In today's Millwall news, we have confirmed transfers. One going out, one coming in, and here you go. Tom Bradshaw departs Millwall. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. Been confirmed. Millwall Football Club can confirm. Striker Tom Bradshaw has completed a permanent transfer to Oxford United for an undisclosed fee. Bradshaw initially joined the Lions on loan from Barnsley back in August 2018 before making the move permanent in the following transfer window. The 32-year-old leaves SC16 having made 211 appearances and scoring 45 times for the Lions, with his best season in the Mill shirt coming in the 22-23 season. Finishing as the club's top goal scorer with 17 goals, the striker twice left the den as the proud owner of the match ball, having scored hat-tricks against Watford and Sheffield United. The club would like to thank Tom for his efforts and professionalism during his time at the club and wish him well for the future. Yep. I mean, it's time. You could see quite clearly that last injury had taken something out of him, and he wasn't as good as he was. And to be fair, he wasn't that good in the first place. He was very much maligned by many Millwall fans as just headless chicken running around. But that's how we played. And hopefully we're moving on from that. But interestingly, obviously, when he did have that season, what happened there? He was playing with Zion Fleming, and Zion Fleming also scored a load of goals, and they were working together. And as well as that, when he was playing with Afobe, he had scored a few goals as well. So it seems when he's playing with someone who can play football, he can score some goals. Now, is he going to find that at Oxford? I don't know. Not my problem anymore. But, good luck to him. It's not personal animosity from anyone. He's a good guy. It's just, Millwall needs to move on. We need to, keep improving and keep getting better. And, players come in, they're here for a few years and then they go. You can't have just people staying here forever and ever and ever. That's how it goes. Time ticks on for us all. There you go. So there you go. We're going to move on to some comments, including from the manager, about Tom Bradshaw move. But first, from Tom Bradshaw himself, because obviously he has been doing press and stuff for Oxford. I need in my career. Tom Bradshaw talks through Oxford transfer as Mill land fee for striker. So we got paid some money. Obviously, I don't think we're going to know what that is. If we do find out, I'll let you know. Tom Bradshaw has completed a permanent transfer from Millwall to Oxford United for an undisclosed fee. The 32-year-old underwent a medical review on Tuesday with a deal announced on Thursday morning. Bradshaw enjoyed a 7-year spell with the Lions, but is now linking up with former Millwall manager Gary Rowett at the Kassam Stadium. And that's another point. If it wasn't Gary Rowett, would anyone in this division sign him? So it's sort of like, before everyone moaning, well, not everyone, but some people moaning at Neil Harris, he's playing his mates. Gary Rowett's just signed Tom Bradshaw. And interesting that he's done that. Very interesting. Ex-Walsall striker Bradshaw featured 210 times for Millwall, scoring 45 times and picking up 12 assists in all competitions since joining from Barnsley, initially on loan in August 2018. Again, you look at that doesn't look good, on the face of it, prima facie. Scoring 45 times in 210 games, or it's 211. discrepancy there between Mill's numbers and londonnewsonline.co.uk. But, there are things, intangibles, that aren't measured here that Tom Bradshaw did have, i.e. the running around. And once he got the injury and he come back and he wasn't as good as running around, then if you can't run around and you can't score and you can't assist and you can't play football up front with other people, as in passing the ball around, then what have you got? This is something that I feel like I need in my career, said Bradshaw. Oh, this is a fresh start, a fresh challenge. I'm ready to go out and impress everyone here at the club. I've seen firsthand this season how strong and competitive the team here is, having played against United twice, and this group is one that I want to be involved in. The cherry on top is getting to work with Gary again. He was my coach for 4 years, so I know what he wants from me, and hopefully we can deliver together. So that's Tom Bradshaw there, in his comments on joining Oxford United from Millwall today. Now we have Alex Neil. This is from southernnews.co.uk. Alex Neil explains why great servant for Millwall joined Oxford United. Alex Neil said that Tom Bradshaw decided to join Oxford United because he wanted to further his career and continue to play. Bradshaw, 32, joined the Lions in 2018 from Barnsley, went on to make 211 appearances, scoring 45 times. His most productive campaign was the 22-23 season, where he netted 17 goals in 38 league starts and scored hat-tricks against Watford and Sheffield United. The Wales international is now called time in his Millwall career and is set to link up with ex-Lions boss Gary Rowett at the Kassam Stadium. Well, Tom's been a great servant, for Millwall over the years, Neil said. He scored goals, he's worked tirelessly at the top end of the pitch, and he goes with our best wishes, really. I think that Tom, he wanted to obviously further his career and continue to play, and I think he's got the opportunity now to do so at the same level as we are currently at the moment. So it was a great chance for him, and I think naturally for us, we'll try to obviously evolve the squad and different things like that, so it made sense for both parties. When asked if his exit had been in the works for a while, Neil said, it's difficult for me to answer that, because I've just come in the building. So from my perspective, it's been a recent thing. My understanding is that at the club, it's not been a recent thing. I think there was maybe a potential move in the summer, but as I say, I wasn't here, so I'm not privy to all the sort of conversations that have took place. Tom was in his last year of his deal here, so he's now given an extra whatever he's given at Oxford, and he'll be pleased with that. So again, there was rumours that there was a move on for him in the summer about maybe Wrexham. So interesting that he didn't take that up. And again, I said it before, I said it in previous videos. You see what Matt Smith did. Matt Smith, he's playing for Millwall, he decides to leave Millwall. Where does he go? He goes to League 2, Salford. For geographical reasons, not for career reasons, not for money reasons, just, I want to be nearer to Manchester. He does that, he ends up being the league's top scorer, and he gets Player of the Season at the end of the year awards, not for the club, for the whole league. So, I think Bradshaw probably should have done similar. He should have went to a League 1 team or a League 2 team. Obviously then, the money's less. And there's less of a cachet about that, but it is what it is, and he's probably going to prove us all wrong now and score a fair old few goals for Oxford. Luckily enough, we've already played them twice, so we don't have to worry about him scoring against us this season. So we can cheer him on when he scores against the teams around us and helps us, by beating the teams that we need to get beaten. Now, player out, striker in. Been confirmed. Told you about this the other day. Millwall announced Aaron Connolly signing. Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce the signing of Aaron Connolly, the 24-year-old attacker. Pardon me. Joins following a spell at Sunderland and becomes the Lions' first signing of the January transfer window. A product of Brighton and Hove Albion's academy, the Irishman made his Seagulls debut from the bench in the EFL Cup tie against Barnet in 2017. His first goals for the club came in 3 consecutive Football League trophy matches the following campaign, before a double in a 3-0 success over Tottenham Hotspurs announced Connolly's arrival in the Premier League. After 2.5 seasons of top-flight football and numerous caps for Republic of Ireland, Connolly joined Middlesbrough on loan and then made 6 appearances for Hull City before making the move to the MKM Stadium permanent in the summer of 2023. Scoring 8 goals in his first full season with the Tigers, the Irishman then moved to Sunderland, where he scored against the Lions earlier this season in November's 1-1 draw. Connolly will be available for selection for Saturday's Sky Bet Championship visit of Hull City, which is nice. Mill's director of football, Steve Gallen, said, we're pleased to bring Aaron into the club. When Alex and I met him, we really liked his enthusiasm for what we want to do here. Aaron's been a bit unlucky not to play a bit more at Sunderland this season, but that's given us the opportunity to get him in. Still only 24, Aaron has a lot of experience for his age. He's at his best when running at defenders, and we hope he gets plenty of opportunities to do that with us. Yes, run. Let's go. Now, got this from bbc.co.uk. It's basically a story about the transfer. It's a free transfer because Sunderland, agreed to rip up his contract because he wasn't playing. They brought him in for free in October. If you missed the video the other day, he is an alcoholic. He did go into treatment in the summer. He made that quite public. And that suggests that's probably one of the reasons why Hull decided to let him go, despite scoring 8 goals in the championship. But if it works out here, could be a stroke of genius to do this. What I wanted to, obviously, they got the same quotes. I'm not interested in that. What I am interested in is down here. So, have we got ourselves a dud or what? Well, some guy, I think he might be maybe a regional guy, but it just says he's from BBC Sport England. Adam Lanigan. That sounds kind of northern, doesn't it? Put simply, this is what he says. Aaron Connolly's time at Sunderland never really got going. He arrived late after a difficult summer dealing with personal issues, which he bravely spoke about shortly after moving to Wearside. But by that time, Frenchman Wilson Isidore was finding his stride as the Black Cats' main man up front in boss Regis Labrisse's favoured 4-3-3 formation. Connolly needed a run of games to find his rhythm, but that never came. He scored his only goal in the 1-1 draw at Millwall, in one of only 2 starts, but he did not even come off the bench in Sunderland's next game. That was proof of where he sat in the pecking order. So he scores a goal to help them get something out of that game, and he ends up being a non-playing substitute in the next fixture. The move to the Den is probably best for all parties because, as Connolly showed last season at Hull, there is a very talented Championship player waiting to come out. Yes, there you go. We want some of those, don't we? Don't we, ladies and gentlemen? We do indeed. Now, so that's 1 out confirmed. That's 1 in confirmed. That's not all. We've got other news. We have a new player, Premier League player, well, sort of, being linked with Millwall. What's he looking at? That's a very clever there. You see their manager looking over at Alex Neil with his eyes. That's very clever. Frame the framing. This is from footballleagueworld.co.uk. Yeah, I know. But they're not the only ones. They're just repeating what someone else has said. They're regurgitating it. So, here we go. I'm showing you what they've regurgitated. Millwall FC in talks to strike transfer agreement for Brentford player. Millwall are working on a deal to sign Brentford defender Tristan Kramer after the Frenchman was recently recalled from his loan spell at Exeter City, according to recent reports. Dan Marsh has reported on X that Millwall are working on a deal to make the 23-year-old their first signing of the January transfer window. Well, that's not true, because we've just had our first signing of the January transfer window. His name is Aaron Connolly. Welcome to Millwall, Aaron. So he's going to be the second. And the central defender would arrive on a permanent deal. So here we go. 23-year-old French man, central defender, permanent deal. Hello. Kramer was recalled from his loan spell at Exeter City earlier this morning. They're in League One this season, by the way. And the Frenchman has been a huge success at St James's Park, making 26 appearances for the Grecians, keeping 9 clean sheets and scoring 4 goals for Gary Caldwell's side. A defender scoring 4 goals? I wonder what he looks like. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he looks as you imagine. He is tall. He's a tall boy. He is very much a right-footed Jake Cooper. But probably better on the ball, to be fair. I think he knows how to play. So here we go. Now, is this bad news? Is this Tanganga off? Is this Tanganga off in the summer? Is this guy in now and Tanganga off in the summer? You know, maybe. But this is a delicious signing. I'm loving this. Very tasty. The 23-year-old joined Brentford and Beziers in 2020. But he's set to bring his time at the club to an end as he swaps to Brentford Community Stadium for the Den. Alex Neil was appointed as Millwall manager at the end of December, and he'll be looking to put his own stamp on the squad this month. And Kramer could become... he's not the first signing. The central defender has never made a first-of-team appearance for the Bees, so he's not a Premier League player, but has impressed in League One with both Bristol Rovers and Exeter. And he could be about to take the next step in his career with a move to the Championship. So there you go. That's him there. Brentford, blah, blah, I don't care about that. Kramer is on the contract at the Brentford until the summer of 2026. Because, how old is he? 23. As mentioned in previous videos about training compensation, once you get to 24, you're out the door. Because there's no value in having a 25-year-old who's not in the team. Loaning him out. There's no point in that. You bring them in when they're young as a prospect. You train them up. You give them training, facilities, all of that. Then you get them out on loan, get them playing, and then hopefully they progress. And they need to do that before they're 24. Because if they're not good enough by the time they're 24, they are, as I said, out the door. And this is what's happening here. That this young man, he's 23 now, he's going to be 24, so they literally timed it that his contract will be up. But that doesn't mean you get him for free, because you have to pay training compensation. So it remains to be seen how much Millwall will be expected to pay, but he looks like a player who could make a difference at the Den in the years to come, and Neil will hope it's money well spent. After impressing in League One, the logical next step in Kramer's career is playing Championship football, and if his form at Exeter City is anything to go by, then it looks like a shrewd move by Millwall. Now, here's the thing. How much do we have to pay? Well. We do have, I don't know if you remember this, we have an IOU from Brentford. We don't know how much it's going to be yet, because that hasn't been decided. What am I talking about? Do you remember the young lad called Josh Stevenson, who won the Scholar Player of the Year? Not last season before? Or maybe it was last season. He decided to not take the contract offer that Mill gave him, and he left and went to Brentford. And it took ages and ages and ages. They were apparently going to sign him, and then they did, and he had a back injury, all this stuff. And eventually they did sign him. So they did sign him. But Mill did not agree to the signing. They didn't agree the compensation fee. So now it has to go to a tribunal. Aha. So we still don't know. So whatever he costs, you take the fee that they asked for Josh Stevenson, you take that off. So if he costs $1 million and they have to pay us $400k for Josh Stevenson, he only costs us $600k. So again, this is a good bit of business. Brentford have taken off from us a 16-year-old, and we are taking from them a player, a 23-year-old, going to be 24 in November. I'll show you that in a minute. Who should be ready to step into a Championship first team. So, not a bad bit of business, that. Not a bad bit of business. Obviously, hasn't happened yet. It's in the works, but we hope. With uncertainty over Jeffet Tanganga's future at the club amid interest from Wolves, a move for Kramer could help to put supporters' minds at ease ahead of the second half of the season. The Lions also have the likes of Wes Harding, Jake Cooper and Jordan Hutchinson as their options in central defence, but Kramer would offer a younger alternative and a potential long-term solution at the back. Indeed. They got this, but I'm not going to show you that. He's also a player who could be sold for more money in the future if he impresses at the Den. So it's a move that ticks a lot of boxes from Mill's point of view. Kramer deserves a shot at Championship football following his impressive League One form, and securing his signature on a permanent basis could be a real coup for Millwall. Absolutely. I'm loving this. Very tasty. And you can see their manager. He's not happy. He's looking at Alex Neil. He's not happy. What's going on here? He's saying. What's going on here? Well, who is this guy? Who is he? 192 centimetres. That's a big boy. He's a big boy. 23 years old. He's 24 in November. So the start of next season is going to be 24. Or after a few months after the start of the season, he's going to be 24. He's French. Don't hold that against him. Yeah, that's alright. So here we go. This is this season. This is what he's done. 22 games, 3 goals, 6.9 rating as a central defender. His strengths is passing and blocking the ball. Weaknesses, no significant weaknesses. He likes to play short passes and he clears the ball out of defence often. Nice, very nice. What else have we got? He came on as a substitute in the League Cup. So obviously they rested him for that. Played 38 minutes. Got a rating of 5.9. Aerials 1 per game, averaging 3.4. This is... So he can play with the ball at his feet, but he can also head the ball. I mean, what are we talking about? This is insane. This is like... Where's this guy been all our lives? What else do we... So let's have a look at the other defensive stuff that he does. Averages 1 tackle per game, 1 interception, 7 clearances. So he doesn't piss about. So I get it out. Get out. Clear it. Why not? Offensively. Shots per game 0.6, which is a lot for a defender. But obviously, set pieces. Hello. All we need to do now is find someone... Oh, can Aaron Connolly take set pieces? Is he any good? Now, obviously... In terms of, there's a hierarchy at the club, and you say, new guy coming in, I'm going to take the set pieces. No, Alex Neil says, hey, he needs to tell everyone, if Aaron Connolly is any good, this guy's taking the set pieces because you're all fucking shit. And until you can take a set piece as good as, I don't know, if he is good, I don't know. But there you go. Passing accuracy, 86.6. Which in League One, is not bad. So considering that he just clears it a lot as well, Long balls, 2.5 per game. Averaging 58 passes per game. So again, he's comfortable on the ball. No problem for him. What else have we got? That's it. Right, so this is from whoscored.com, by the way. As is this. These are all the games that he's played in his career. He's only had 4 seasons in English football. Is that 4 seasons? No, 2 seasons, because they do the thing where they split the EFL Cup. So 2 seasons in English football. Both of them have been on loans in League One, which again is kind of weird. We'll see later with the Kamarl Grant loan that he went out on loan at Bromley, and obviously Bromley get promoted, but now he's proven himself in League 2. But he's going back for the rest of the season at Bromley, and why would you not try and get him a League One move? Doesn't really make any sense to just keep going, unless they're not in any rush. But I mean, interesting. So you can see, like, Bristol Rovers first season, 22 starts, 5 substitute appearances, 1,926 minutes, 2 assists, didn't score, 2 assists though, 3 yellow cards, 1 red card, 1 red card, shots per game, etc., etc. You know, aerials 1. So Bristol Rovers probably not doing the old pump it up to the big man, but Exeter very clearly are, because he's won 3.4 aerials per game average. So, you know, and then he does that there. The next season goes to Exeter. So for some reason, so he's at Brentford. He goes to 2 clubs in the West Country, Bristol and Exeter. This time he's got 6.9 rating so far this season. And if we can go, so his rating is 6.9. If we just do this live while I'm recording, if we click on League One, and then we go down to, no, we don't go down, we go there. So the highest rate, these are all, the best player in League One is apparently Lloyd Jones of Charlton. Okay, so he had a rating of 6.9, and we go down to, it's quite far down actually. Where is he? Should be here. Number 73 is the 73rd best player in League One. But if we go by aerials 1, he's going to be up there. Top 50. Yeah, you know. So, again, very good player. And worth a punt, especially if we don't have to pay that much, because we can offset it with the Josh Stevenson IOU that Brentford have to pay us for Josh Stevenson. So there you go. Now, tomorrow, Friday the 17th, big day tomorrow. Romain will be leaving tomorrow, apparently. So here we go. This is from sportsview.co.uk. But they're just regurgitating it from somewhere else, which we're going to tell you in a minute. So Romain Esse is to undergo his Crystal Palace medical on Friday, which is nice. Crystal Palace are edging closer to securing their first signing of the January window, according to Alan Nixon, that name again. The Eagles are on the verge of bringing Millwall winger Romain Esse to Selhurst Park in the next few days. Writing on his Patreon, Nixon claims that the 19-year-old attacker will undergo his medical at Crystal Palace on Friday to finalise a £14.5 million move. Nixon says that the exciting young Millwall attacker sorted out his Palace contract now, while other financial issues have been ironed out. So the release clause fee, I would imagine that seemed to be the problem. Apparently. It's funny how all this stuff gets out. We have no idea if it's true or not. It's just someone says it, and then it gets shared around, and then it becomes true. Apparently. So Palace want to keep Esse in their squad rather than loan him back. He's seen as a top talent, and the Eagles feel he's good enough to play in the Premier League. Well, I should certainly hope so. I guess maybe in case they get relegated. Yeah, so there you go. That, obviously, if he has the medical on Friday, it doesn't mean they announce it straight away. They might, obviously, with the Tom Bradshaw thing, we expected that to be announced yesterday. It wasn't, I think, because they had to do, like, they do the videos now, they do all that nonsense. So unless they got the videos rocking and rolling, and they film all that. So there you go. That's going to be happening tomorrow, which is nice, isn't it? Lovely Friday, end to the week. Your best player gets sold to a team down the road. Lovely stuff. Now, moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk. Loan roundup. They've added the midweek stuff. So I think what they do is they wait for the official website to do it, and then they just copy their notes. But he's actually added on the stuff from midweek, which Mill don't really do. They kind of sometimes they forget about it because they really only do the weekend stuff. But there's a lot especially in non-league. There's a lot of midweek games, which is funny, because obviously they have to pay for floodlights, and I don't know how they can afford it. So here we go. Henry Hearn Yep, scored a hat-trick against Haybridge Swifts yesterday to help Hornchurch to a 4-0 win and to secure their place in the final of the Essex Senior Cup. There you go. Will he still be there by the time the final plays? Will he win a cup for Hornchurch? That would be nice. But I think obviously that's not really the aim. I would imagine their aim is to probably get promoted. The Urchins were scheduled to play Worthing last weekend, but the fixture was cancelled due to poor weather. Now, goalkeeper George Evans made his second start for Sutton United yesterday and helped Steve Morris decide to a 2-2 draw against Wealdstone in the National League. Now, that's interesting. I didn't realise George Evans was at that level quite so quickly. Seen him play for a few times for the under-21s. He's gone to Sutton United. He played in the FA Trophy game last weekend. He's actually played in a league game for them, which is interesting. But obviously did concede 2 goals. But I think a lot of fans were putting that on the defence and not on him. Although in the FA Trophy game, he did make apparently he got man of the match. He played in that FA Trophy game and made a few very good saves. Dylan the Dye recently had his loan with Cheshire United extended until February the 9th, and the shot stopper started between his sticks during General's 1-1 draw with Averley last weekend. Kevin Nisbet, oh no, started in both of Aberdeen fixtures over the past week. He featured in a 0-0 home draw against Heart of Midlothian, where he was withdrawn in the 56th minute, and the last night's 3-0 defeat to Rangers, where he was substituted in the 64th minute. Tom Lee and Connolly have returned to Millwall after the loans from Woking and Sutton United came to an end. So there you go. Now, Kamarl Grants' loan at Bromley came to an end, and we've actually finally got confirmation of what we expected, and he's going back there, which to me, I understand why they're doing it, because it's continuity. You know, he's playing, they want him to play, he's doing well, but you would imagine like he's proven himself at that level now. Try and get him to League One, but then the gamble is if he does go on loan to a League One club, and then does he not play? Is he sitting on the bench? What's the point in that? So I can understand, but also I can. It doesn't really make sense to me. So yeah, Millwall's Kamarl Grant has extended his loan deal with Bromley until the end of the season. The young defender has featured 24 times this season with the Kent outfit, scoring 2 goals. Actually, I think you'll find they've seen the London borough of Bromley, actually. The highly rated 21-year-old centre-back was on loan at the Ravens for the entire campaign in 23-24, earning promotion to the EFL and will now complete a second full season with the Lily Whites. A versatile player, Kamarl has earned plaudits for his defensive abilities, and he's also taken on long throw responsibilities and has 1 assist to his name this campaign. Well, here we go. Hello. We're going to get a centre-back who's tall, so we're going to have Jake Cooper, we're going to have this, what's his name, Tristan Crammer, and now we've got Kamarl Grant who can take long throw-ins. I mean, come on. So, yeah. There you go. And I'm just going to mention this at the end of the video. I told you about the under-18s in the FA Youth Cup game. It went as well as you expected, really, you know, playing Man City away. 5-1, they lost. They were 1-0 down after 8 minutes, and you know they were doing a lot of defensive work, you know, closing down and stuff, basically chasing shadows really, as Man City were just passing the ball around and not really trying to do anything with it. A few probably positional things with the players, ball watching and stuff like that. But we did get a penalty, which is a bit soft. In my opinion. I can't believe that got given. And then they scored again at the end of the first half, which, you know, unlucky we couldn't take it into half time at 1-1, but you know, it is what it is. And then in the second half, obviously I don't know what they said at half time, but they said something because they stepped it up a gear. Probably told them, you know, don't just pass it around, actually pass it forward and pass it around. And they thought, oh, we can go forward while passing it around. Okay, let's do that. and they just stepped up a gear and just blew us away. 5 minutes after they score, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. So ended up being 5-1. Not as bad as a few years ago when I think they lost 6-0 to Arsenal. But, not the best. Not the best. I think they played a lot differently as to how they usually play. You could see, I think they were trying to contain Man City, but didn't really work. But there you go. I'm not going to read this match report. This match report's from mancity.com. I'll probably wait for the Millwall one, because that might make it look a bit better than it probably was, to be fair. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching. Goodbye.